Oh boy. Well, why am I not surprised? I guess we all knew this was gonna happen eventually, right? Am I right? You know, honestly, at this point, I say we go on strike as animation lovers because Netflix does not give an S about, about animation for adults. Because they're a bunch of boomers who just think animation's for children. Screw you, Netflix. Because you know what? We're done with this crap. And so, and same could be said for you, HBO Max. We're going to mess you up big time. Just wait. We're going to break down your doors until you stop canceling stuff. Like, really. I mean, really. But, hey, there is one thing, though. You know how all of us are, really into writing and, creating our own AUs when it comes to Gorillaz, or, having our own characters be in the lore itself? Like, heck, that's what I do. But hey, what's funny? I've had my own personal ideas on how a Gorillaz movie could have played out. Well, tons of ideas. But I think maybe I'll share one that I'm sure a lot of you would like. Now, it may be a little bit of a knockoff of something else, but hey, when you see it, it will be awesome. So the movie would open up with this random real-life human kid who is really into music. However, he, doesn't really is, struggling with a lot in life and isn't really in the mood to make music and has somehow kind of given up on his dreams of music at this point because his father died. One day, this said real-life human is approached by his best friend, who's really big into music himself as well, and is also a really big fan of Damon Albarn. So he says to him, hey, did you hear? Damon Albarn's having a competition where he's going to have people, perform some of their own songs, and the winner gets to be the next collaborator for a Gorillaz album he's making. And then he says to him, cool, I'm not interested. Come on, you should at least try it. No, I'm done with music. You can't be done with music. You said it was your passion. It was. Come on, you gotta do it. Please, do it. If I do it, will you please at least be nice to me? Please at least just, do something with me. Yeah, sure, whatever. All right. After that, we cut to the human child at home, where he happens to have a sister who's a single mom to a baby. And apparently, they don't get along because ever since their father's death, things have been going shabby between the two of them. Like the human boy, for instance, is, upset because, he is once again grieving over the loss of his father. But meanwhile, at the same time, his sister is, dealing with the fact that her ex-husband cheated on her, and now she has to raise a baby by herself. So she's saying to him, you should really stop crying over the fact Dad's gone. Why should I? Because ever since Dad died, you've been nothing but crying and moping. You should at least you've got a stable job. And honestly, it's a good thing you quit that music stuff. It's not that I didn't quit it. I still love it from time to time. I just can't get over the fact, Dad was one of my inspirations. Yeah. And what else? Has your friend been telling you to go back? Well, he did recommend me this contest that Damon Albarn's having. Psh, whatever. Don't even try to do it. So, yeah. So the poor boy, meanwhile, is, in his room, he's coping, and he's looking at a photo of his dad, and he's saying, oh, Dad, I miss you so much. Yep. And then, cut to opening credits. Then, after opening credits, we cut to the Gorillaz. All in their own animated world, doing, whatever it is they would do, on a daily basis. But then, all the fun is interrupted when, boom, an evil demon shows up. And the reason why this demon has come is because, this demon works with Satan, who and is here to take Murdoch because of the deal he made many years ago when he sold his soul to the devil. I'm like, you're coming with me, Murdoch, but then his bandmates jump in. Yeah, and they're like, nah, you're not taking him. He belongs with us. He's our friend. We love him. Love him, like for reals. Ooh, all right, fine then. Then I have a deal for all of you. All of you come up with a cool show, or else Murdoch goes to hell. See ya. And so they have to think of a plan of what to do. Okay, meanwhile, back in the real world, the same human kid is trying to think of a new song, as he has finally decided to do that contest that Damon Albarn's having, but he can't think of any ideas, and it's too sad because again his dad died. However, suddenly something does happen, and something's about to change his life forever. Okay. Meanwhile, the Gorillaz are trying to think of what to do with their plan, until Murdoch decides, hey, I know, why don't we get one of our collaborators from the real world? Yeah, one problem. How are we gonna do that? We can teleport them. Okay, let's do it. So yeah, that's what happens. And meanwhile, the human still trying to think of a new song idea gets teleported. Then he ends up in the real world, or in the Gorillaz' animated world, and he's no longer a human. He's a cartoon, and he's freaking out like, I'm a cartoon. What the hell's going on? And then, he's just walking around, but then suddenly he passes out, as he's just so crazed out by this. Meanwhile, the Gorillaz are walking, and they stumble upon the human! And so they take him back to Con Studios. So then, the human wakes up at Con Studios, and is surprised at what he's saying. Like, hi, the weird animated, character humans. And, they say, hi, you live around here? I'm like, no. Oh, okay, where'd you come from? I don't know, I was just in my room, and then suddenly I'm teleported to this weird animated world. And then they realize, oh, we teleported you. What? Oh, no, you gotta teleport me back. And they're like, why? Because I have, like, a contest. I'm doing a contest for a show. Contest? What contest? I'm like, oh, it's up for some guy. His name's Damon Albarn. Damon Albarn? I'm like, what? You know him? Yeah, we've worked with him a few times. Oh, wait. You're the Gorillaz. I'm like, haha, hey, what do you know? We got a fan. I'm like, yeah, Damon Albarn's your creator. And they're like, what? And so kid character explains, who they are in the real world, and how they're created by two humans, Damon Albarn and co-creator Jamie Hewlett. And they're like, oh yeah, we know who that is too. He's directed our music videos. I'm like, do you guys not know your animated characters and that you're actually drawn on paper most of the time? And they just awkwardly, look at him as if he's crazy. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, you know what, forget it. Okay, anyways, why am I here? I'm like, yeah, so we were trying to teleport someone we know to help with a new album because Satan's coming for me, because I sold my soul to him years ago, and I really need to think of a way, get him. So we have to make a new song but I guess none of our collaborators managed to get it, and you're the only one we got, so you're gonna have to do it. I'm like, but I don't even know anything too much about music. All I know is just to write it and, record it. I'm like, okay, fine, then we'll help you. Then we got random montage of them just, thinking of songs and ideas, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Satan is watching the whole thing from hell and is saying, if that Murdoch doesn't come up with something, then his soul is mine. I'm like, yes, and it will be. Just you wait. Yeah, wait, what's that? Looks like they got a new member. Could be an old friend of theirs. He's not anything like that other guy that replaced, Murdoch when he was in prison that one time. Yeah, you make a point. I wonder if I could use him for something. Maybe as a way to trick Murdoch into into like stealing his soul. Really? Why don't you just kidnap his bandmates? Nah, I'd rather just take that kid. Besides, knowing Murdoch and watching him for a long time now, I know he's got something. Later that night, the kid is standing at the roof of Consteos, and then Russell comes up to him and explains, hey, I've noticed you're always so down. Why are you always so down? Well, you see, the reason is, well, my dad died a few months back. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I miss him every day. Heck, he's the reason I like music so much. Oh, really? Yeah. So, question though. It's about, you saying Damon Albarn and Jamie Hugh are our creators. Is that true? Yeah. Yeah. How could you guys not know you're cartoon characters? We're not cartoon characters. Yes, you are! Well, okay. Okay, well, yeah, you are. I mean, do I have to explain it? You were drawn on paper, and, some writers made writing stuff about you, and there's that. Ew. Look, just try. I don't know. I don't even care anymore. If you guys don't see it, then that's fine. All right? So the rest of the movie is just, the characters, helping the kid out, helping him get back into music and, showing him how it's great to be musical and that his father's always by his side no matter what, and, exploring all the different parts of their place, blah, 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 blah. Then Satan appears and kidnaps the kid. And now it's a rescue mission for all of them to go save him. So then they make it to hell, but Murdoch's families get kidnapped. And so it's just Murdoch versus Satan himself. And Satan makes a deal with him. If you give me your soul, I'll let him go. I'll let you and your bandmates go. And I'll let him and your bandmates go. But if you refuse your soul, then all of them will die. So then Murdoch makes a difficult choice. It's like, okay, you can have them. You can have my soul. Besides, I owe you it. Good choice. And then one hit and then boom, Murdoch's dead. The kid sees this and goes up to him like, no. I'm like, too late, kid. He's dead. His soul is mine. Like, no. He's one of the best musicians ever. He's the reason all his bandmates are together. Oh, tough luck, kid. You're at least his friends are saved. No. But then the unexpected happens. Suddenly, the spirit of his dad appears to tell him this. Son, don't lose hope. You can still make music. Besides, I'll always be with you no matter what. Just remember that. I love you. I love you too, Dad. And with the power of love from his father, he defeats Satan. The others are 3, but one problem. Murdoch's still dead. Then we get this sad, emotional scene of the kid and the rest of the Gorillaz grieving the loss of their friend. But then the kid's father's spirit comes back, and with a speck of his spiritual power, he uses some of his spirit to bring Murdoch back, and then boom! Murdoch's alive again! Then finally after that, the portal opens back up again, and so the kid says goodbye to them, thanks them for everything, and goes back to his world. So then after he arrives home, he reunites with his sister and niece, and, the two, rekindle, and, apologize to how they were all being treated, and that they will talk about maybe Dad, and maybe take therapy from having, your ex-husband cheat on you or something. So then finally, the kid finally gets the courage to write the song, then he performs it in front of a live audience, and who is there but Damon Albarn and co-creator Jamie Hewlett. He's like, great song, kid. Say, you want to be the next Gorillaz collaborator? Yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah. Speaking of which, this is my friend and co-creator Jamie. I'm like, Hey. Oh, you know, I have to ask, do your characters know that you create them? And they're like, no, why? Just a thought, because, let's just say I met some people who maybe kind of like them. Oh, really? Yeah. Then we cut back to the animated world where the girls happily are watching them on from the portal, and they realize, so we really are animated characters, are we? Yeah. But you know what? We're okay with that. We'll accept it no matter what. Yeah. And we'll always be together no matter what. Uh-huh. And then, boom. Roll credits. And that is, well, my random Gorillaz movie idea. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I mean, and again, it's been a while since I've, made videos with, my little ponies and all that. And along with a few Nicktoons here and there. So, yeah. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.